Meeting of committees, meeting of March 11th, 2024. Supposed to start at 5 p.m. Mr. Teacher, would you mind praying for us?
Heavenly Father, Lord, we love you so much. Lord, we see so much division, Lord, around us in the world, the nation, Lord, in our county. And Lord, we also see so many good things, Lord, like the folks who came together and who've been searching for Sebastian, Lord, and I still pray that he's found safe and healthy. And Lord, I pray that you'll please just help us and guide us, Lord. Just protect everyone, Lord, from every angle of any viewpoint, Lord. I pray that you please just watch over all of us, Lord, and thank you for the conversations that we get to have together, Lord. And I pray that you please just allow me to submit to the correct things, Lord, that you want for this county, Lord, and the best thing for the citizens also. In Jesus' name I pray, Lord.
Amen. All right, before we approve the agenda, I want to say that the opioid committee, Commissioner Boyd, withdrew her resignation, so we will be striking that from the agenda. Staying in the committee. I think that's all we've got. All right, I have a motion. Approval. Motion by Commissioner Miller. Second. Second by Commissioner Teacher. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
You did. This is committee of the meeting. We're not discussing the central library.
Okay, so it's for legislation.
Yes. All right. You have a motion for the approval of the minutes. Motion by Commissioner Miller, second by Commissioner Young. And that's mentioned. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstain by Commissioner Teacher. All right, motion carries. Recognition of the public. So we have none. For the chairman, I do not have a report by mail. I do have a statement I will make later on. For the county mayor. No report, Mr. Chairman. All right. Old business. A is Sumner County Regional Planning Commission for your term. We have a motion for discussion. A motion by Commissioner Miller, second by Commissioner Young. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. I did hear a statement, I guess, an answer that the county mayor asked in the last meeting about kind of what individuals would be, I guess, ideal for the planning commission. And this is based on hearing from a lot of citizens when I ran in 2018 on responsible roads. So I'm going to read the statement. One of the fundamental principles of good governance is the avoidance of conflicts of interest. While it can be beneficial to recruit to the involvement of individuals who have a background and experience in our development, it's important that they aren't in a position where they can be perceived as feathering their own nest. When individuals actively involved in the construction industry serve on county or city planning commissions and vote on development projects that could benefit them or their family members or associates, it undermines the integrity of the decision-making process and erodes public trust. Firstly, such a situation creates an inherent bias. Individuals with ties to the construction industry may prioritize personal or professional interests over the public good when making decisions about development projects. This can lead to decisions that are not in the best interest of the community as a whole. Secondly, there is a potential of a risk of abuse of power. Those with vested interest in the construction industry may use their position on the planning commission to influence decisions in favor of themselves, their friends, or family members. This can result in unfair advantages and opportunities for personal gain at the expense of others. Thirdly, it creates a perception of impropriety. Even if no actual misconduct occurs, the mere appearance of a conflict of interest can damage the reputation of the planning commission and the government as a whole. It undermines the credibility of the decision-making process and can lead to public skepticism and disillusionment. In conclusion, it is essential to maintain the integrity and impartiality of the County Planning Commission by ensuring that individuals with ties to the construction industry are not in a position to influence decisions that could benefit them or their associates. Transparency, accountability, and adherence to ethical standards are crucial to upholding the public trust and ensuring that decisions are made in the best interest of the community. So, citizens, whether it's in Gallatin, White House, Millersville, Hendersonville, Portland, unequivocally have rejected the notion of people being developers or home builders necessarily, or real estate agents, in some regards, being on planning commissions to vote for anything that would be a conflict of interest. And so We've had, Mr. Mayor, you brought forward a name of a citizen that we passed the first month because it was not involved in the construction industry. I know there have been two people applying, friends of yours, Ms. Laura Baker is here and Mr. Ron Straw, that you know in a long time. They have submitted, talked to you about it. They emailed the committee saying, hey, just to let us know. I mean, these are two people that I wouldn't have a problem with pushing forward tonight if you would want to make that recommendation to go ahead and get the planning commission going. And so that is just how citizens feel. It's not anything discriminatory against somebody personally. I was disappointed to hear the letter read by a citizen. I do not feel that we were in any way disparaging of the citizens that were put forward. We were very complimentary of them, talked to them, nice people. We just had a problem with it. I speak for myself, and I believe they can disagree if they want to. Just an inherent problem of the perceived. And there's so many people complaining about what's happening in Gallatin and all these other cities and the growth that we can't control. And this is an opportunity that the county commission can elect people that are appointed by the county mayor where we feel that we might have a voice at the table as citizens do in controlling growth. And so I'm just putting that out there since you asked the question and wanted to be able to answer that for you on the record. And again, if there are these two names that are in the packet that have presented themselves, they're citizens who do not have ties, they're citizens who are concerned about growth, they're concerned about irresponsible growth, they're concerned about the speed at which the county is growing, especially in the cities and the encroachment of the cities on the county. So I think those would be two great candidates. Their resumes have been in for a while, but that's not my decision to make, but I'm just putting that out there that I would be happy to pass along those and vote to approve those if that was my choice. So.
Can I make one statement?
Yes.
Just to clarify, I've not read that, but that's overwhelmingly, that is the overwhelming, same viewpoint that the folks who I knocked on their door in District 14, I mean, that was the number one thing that I had a couple people that wanted more growth, but there were maybe two or three. And I mean, I knocked on around 1,400 doors, and everyone told me that they really wanted to be careful because they wanted to maintain the integrity of the plow on the field. And that was brought up over and over and over again. So I just want to say that it's interesting that you wrote that, because if that's what you've heard constituents say, I heard the same thing, and I heard a lot of people say that they didn't want the old boys club of where that it was somebody who was maybe benefiting from a committee that was serving on or a family. That was what the number one thing was. And so I don't think that it gets anybody. And also I got to say that I had wonderful conversations with
you're talking about somebody who would profit from
someone who profited from
construction specifically.
Absolutely, and that was a big one, because they were worried that would actually force more growth. And so and just against maybe the will of anyone, just perpetuating, but the thing is also the two individuals that you passed forward, I really liked them. I had really great conversations with both of them, and so I didn't have a negative feeling about just them as people. Just for the record, I mean, I thought they were fantastic conversations, and just really seemed like that we believe very similarly on all of that. So I want to make sure of that statement too, because I don't think it's fair. I'm not going to bring their names up, but I don't think it's fair. Even with the letter that was read from the words of one of them, I don't think it's fair to actually point forward to make it seem like that it was a bad conversation, because I did not think they were bad people or anything negative about them. So just regardless of how that went, I just want to make sure that their name is more cleaned up for the fact of even in their own words, because I did not feel that way about them. I didn't feel anything negative about them.
I'd like to add to that, being in Gallatin as a citizen there, and what's going on in Gallatin and the appointments to the planning commission, the people that have been appointed currently, they've changed over a couple people, but the constant stamping of projects and subdivisions and apartments and all that goes against what most people that I know that I've talked to, and I go to a lot of the meetings of the city to fight to keep the overgrowth, because it's hurting the county. And so when we start putting people on planning commissions who have an agenda, and it's developers, people that build townhouses, people that don't see the true outcome of their decisions to the citizens. And I can tell you, if you drive through Gallatin and you don't think there's a problem, then you're blind. So I totally agree with that, because all of us in this room have a responsibility to take care of each other. And it doesn't mean throwing a house and an apartment building at every corner of the county, the city, and all of that. That's not growth. And also, the 2030 agenda from the World Economic Forum has named Gallatin as the #1 resettlement center for refugees. Not a problem with refugees, but it is named that in their plan. I am concerned that we are not looking at who is in the county or in the cities that have been here for years and who have a stake in all of this, and they're changing the character, the decisions on the planning commission. And it is not fair to the citizens of this county or the cities for you to appoint people that will make decisions like that, that honestly will change the countryside, whatever you want to call it, because once you do that, you can't take it back. And I'm just saying, I agree with you. You know, be careful. But that's all I'm saying.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman, may I get a copy of that statement? Either that or I can transcribe it from the video. So I'll prepare something for next month.
Okay, you still would like to prepare an appointment for next month?
I'll prepare a statement for next month.
Okay.
And one more finalizing on this, if you don't mind, say anything. I think it should be said, we got to remember too, it doesn't bother me if areas of the county, like if Gallatin, for instance, if Gallatin is having a lot of growth, as long as the citizens who live in Gallatin support that. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But what I'm trying to say is, I know that the citizens I represent do not support that. And so District 14, it's the only place that I can affect, you know, anything, is my vote of their viewpoints. And so therefore, I mean, you know, some places do well with a lot of growth, some places do well with no growth. But I think the thing is, I want to be representative of the citizens that I'm standing here casting a vote for, because I'm supposed to be less important than my own opinion. So even if I wanted growth or wanted no growth, I think I just have to be paying attention to what is the heart of what the people, all of Sumner County, but my people in District 14 want me to vote, because the same thing they said. And so I think that's something that we got to remember. It's not about like, oh, we don't like Gallatin. I love to go to Gallatin. Even the things that are overgrown, it's like it gets frustrating at times because of the traffic. But I don't think anyone in my district, 5% maybe, would ever want Gallatin to be District 14 to be Gallatin. So I just think that's something that needs to be said, that we got to remember we're representing people. We're not representing ourselves. And so it's just really important that we pay attention to the heartbeat of what people want.
All right, any further discussion? Move on to item, keep that as old business, Mr. Chairman. Yes. Sumner County Library Board of Trustees for your term. Do you have a motion?
I have a motion to discuss.
Motion discussed by Commissioner Jones, second by Commissioner Miller. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Floor is open.
So I'd like to talk about the 3 candidates that are on there for the library board. They have been deferred several times. We've had several people come and for them, against them, and the comments of not transparency, who are these people, et cetera, et cetera. So I would like to go through each one of the persons that's on here and let you know who they are. me a second. I have spoken to each one of them twice in the beginning, and then again to make sure that they were continually requesting to be on the advisory board. And they all three confirmed that they were still interested. So I would like to start with Jennifer Sloan. She says she's lived in Sumner County all her life. She went to Westmoreland High School and graduated from Volunteer State Community College. She's married, has 2 children. She was raised in Sumner County and resides here now. It's always been a safe environment for her. She likes to spend a lot of her time volunteering at a local detention center. She says she values spending time with her family and friends. Much of her time is spent working in Christian-based volunteer programs, speaking to women's groups, and seeking out ways to better herself in the community. She feels like she would be an asset to the library board to assist in upholding the rules and regulations. She believes that she could guard and guide the next generation. By joining the library committee, I feel that it would give me the opportunity to uphold Sumner County's belief that the library should be a safe environment for the children. Her background, she currently works at an eye center as an assistant. She's in 3 years celebration of Life Church. She was a Mother's Day Out director. She now works full-time since 2010 as a Social Security Administration. She's a disabilities claims specialist. She volunteers for youth of middle-aged school children. She has, and she's taught various classes and different engagements. And her daughter and company is a board member. I'm not sure what that means, but.
That's the name of the company. It's Daughters and Company.
Daughters and Company, okay.
It's against human trafficking.
Yeah, so she's on that board. That is Ms. Sloan. The second one is Tanya Ray. She lives in Gallatin. She's been a resident of Sumner County for 25 years. She spent 18 years in Hendersonville and the last 7 in Gallatin. She's a mom. She has a proud senior who's getting ready to graduate and go to Volunteer State College. She graduated with Volunteer State College with an associate degree in applied science with the intent of furthering her education at Western Kentucky. She took a different route, becoming a realtor, and a few years of experience becoming a real estate investor. Her and her husband own their own business in the community. She had skills as a homeschool mom and teacher in curriculum development, virtual instruction, organized and detailed. Currently, her skills as a real estate investor include explaining policies and reviewing documentation, signatures, practicing good relationships with residents, property managers, judges, and attorneys. She has worked at the community church in Hendersonville as a preschool teacher from 2007 to 2010, and she has one of her specialties is with communication with special needs children. She says that the Sumner County libraries were instrumental in providing great literature resources for her son's curriculum throughout the years. He had maintained a 3.9 average, which is reading and comprehension, is something to be proud of. The library offered after-school work help for my husband and I when we were at school age. I believe libraries are places where individuals gather to explore, interact, and imagine. Our Sumner County libraries have provided a platform for adults and children to learn to take steps to achieve their potential. She said, if chosen to be part of the Sumner County Library Board, I will do my best to keep them as a community center and safe haven for children. Jackie Wright, she is from Hendersonville. She said this was written in December, and I did confirm with her she's still interested. She says she's interested in being on the library board for many reasons. She's a learner and educator through and through. She says to me these attributes cultivate a learning and education are what the library represents at its core and are so valuable to me and something I want to uphold and cultivate. I also have had the desire for a couple of years to use my gifts, background, and passions to serve my community through a local board of council. I want to have the opportunity to be a voice to those in our community. I love reading and have always loved the creative expression, historical and current knowledge, whimsy, provocation, thought, and exploration that reading and the library itself allows and encourages. I am sure that I don't have a full picture of what my role on the board will truly consist of, what topics we will discuss, what hard decisions might need to be made, what people I will be linking arm in arm with in this role. But I know that I will be honored to do my best to bring with me the table, wisdom, experience, and consistency and love. I feel that my background in education, my love of reading and knowledge, and my desire to encourage and empower those of all generations toward creativity, exploration, wisdom, and continuing education makes me a good asset to the library board. I desire that the library continues to be a place of refuge for all, a place of safety. I desire that people of all ages are able to explore its shelves with abandon and find on them new places, new people, new experiences, and new dreams. I bring with me a wanting to maintain within the library a multitude of resources that look to build up, bring intellect, promote growth, and illuminate the collective reasoning of its authors. Beyond my love for knowledge, though I have a desire to serve my community through partnering in this way, I think that desire is my biggest asset. Her bio is she got her bachelor's degree magna cum laude from Indiana Wesleyan University and a master's at Central Michigan University in instruction. She is certified in elementary education K-6. Currently, she was a teacher at Landmark Academy from 2006 to 23. She was a stay-at-home mom. She served with Sunday school in different roles. 2014-21, she's a Faith Homeschool Co-op volunteer. 2021 to 22, the Refuge Homeless Shelter volunteer. 2023, she's now an administrative assistant at Freedom Church. I'm talking about this because there were many times people came up and said we weren't transparent, they didn't know who these people were. Some people had problems because they were all homeschoolers. They're not all homeschoolers. They may have homeschooled their children. But I will say that comment about homeschooling your children is kind of misleading, because if you think about it, most parents who have children and their children are in school should be homeschooling their children every day, teaching them their reading, writing, and arithmetic every day as part of their curriculum that they get in regular school. So that to me is a very disingenuous statement that homeschoolers are not worthy. And also other statements were made attacking some of these folks. I don't know why all that happened, why people felt that way, because from reading their bios and talking with them, I got this positive feedback from them. So I would recommend that we move these forward to be approved at the commission next week or next meeting.
I've called all three also, and there's been so much of outreach about, I've had a ton of people say, please appoint these three. I've had a ton of people say, please don't appoint these three. So I thought, well, the only thing I can do is call them and just find out the best decision. As I said in my previous statement about what represents my people the most. And my people are the ones that, of all of Sumner County, obviously, but District 14. And so after speaking with all three of them, they were all kind enough to take the call and speak through anything. I could ask them any question in mind. And overwhelming answer was that they're all three conservatives. They're all three, according to their word, they're all three love to read. They all three love children, and they love education, quality education. And they're all fans of the library. They've always used it and accessed it. So I don't think it's a newsflash that I'm going to vote for someone that's conservative, that loves children, that is pro-library, and are avid readers. I think those are the most important qualities in the people I'm going to vote to place on this board. And so I will not vote counter to my conviction of how that I feel that this county and the world, my worldview is Christian. My worldview is conservative. And as much as I love everyone in the world, I think the best thing is to place people who identify with a similar worldview in those positions. So if that's controversial, okay. But I stand beside the fact that we need to promote people that are going to safeguard the hearts and minds of the future generations. And so we're not voting on anything except for, do we pass these people along? I thought they were wonderful. I enjoyed the people. There were the three that were on this list, and so I have a very strong positive recommendation for them too. So I make a motion that we move forward with these three and push them on to the commission and get these ladies on the library board. And those. Yeah, I agree with approved.
Okay. A motion a second. I want to just discuss. I appreciate you, Commissioner, on your statements and looking at what's the qualification for being a library board? TCA 10-3-103 is the kind of legislative body appointments. That's the qualification. These are people. That's it. It's the same as what's the qualification for somebody being on the planning commission? Well, there's no qualification. It's whatever the county mayor appoints, and the county commission has the statutory authority to reject or approve. And that's just how it is. That's how the law's been. So I do appreciate these individuals. Their resumes have been out there for 4 months, and so I find it just not only disingenuous, but just completely and outrageously just false or a lie to say that there's not been transparency in this process. We put these people forward. Furthermore, there have been other people that anybody's name has not been in this packet. They have emailed the entire commission. So their information is out there for all commissioners to see. It has been for several months. Anybody else who's expressed interest has emailed the entire commission and bypassed this committee on asking to be on the library board. These are the people that we've had on here. So, this is a part of the decision-making process, and people who are aligned with our constituents' values that voted us in and the voices we're hearing and listening to. So, as far as the process there's not any more transparency we have in the process other than some kind of Jerry Springer type public debate that happens in some cities in this county, unfortunately. And we're not going to do that because we're a civil body and we're going to do the business with people. But I just want to clarify that I appreciate you again bringing attention to something that's been up for 4 months, qualifications related to teachers. All of them are educators. One lady, she works with a nonprofit that helps women come out of sexual trafficking. Today I saw something here in Sumner County where somebody was arrested for sexual predatory actions and trafficking that our sheriff's department is arrested. And sex trafficking is a real thing. Sexual predatory grooming is a real thing. Sexually graphic, explicit materials in our libraries is a real thing that is against violation of state law. And I'm going to support people who are going to support the Tennessee state constitution, support our laws, and uphold the values of this community. When you have people who are predatory and preying and grooming and indoctrinating children on behaviors that are antithetical to a civilized society, where that produces behaviors that produces monsters, like what the sheriff's department arrested in Shack Island, unfortunately. So it is disingenuous to say that these people aren't qualified, and it's insulting and a mockery to say that as moms, as teachers, as educators, as community servants who put their time serving their community serving their families. People like these are, to me, the kind of people that I would trust to be on a library board making decisions and to help they are leaders. And so appreciate you sharing that. I just wanted to add that to it. So I know we have a motion, we have a second, and the motion was to group and approve and push the full commission. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we have one more motion.
The motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries.